Hello, everyone. Well, it's November 7th, the first Sunday in November. And on this day, we celebrate Holy Communion and we celebrate the sacrament of Holy Communion, where Christ promises us that he will be present when we gather and partake of this meal of bread and wine. And in and through this meal, we feel the very real presence of Christ and the power of our community. Today, we also celebrate All Saints Sunday. The communion of saints in the Methodist Church is the understanding that all folks who have gone before us in the church form this heavenly host, form a communion of saints, if you will. All those who have come before us, who have taught us in the faith, who have shared their faith and their witness. All of those who have instructed us um, on their journey of faith and how they grew. And I'm sure that on this Communion of Saints Sunday, you can remember those people that were important in your life. So today, we take a moment and we honor our dead. We honor those who have transitioned um, back to God in our families, in the church. The idea that or the celebration of ancestors is not something often seen in uh, the the Western Church. We don't emphasize ancestors in our traditions and in our norms. As when you look in other traditions, such as in Buddhism, they are much more comfortable with celebrating ancestors. In fact, they might set up altars where they bring food and they bring drink and they light candles in honor of their ancestors. And the understanding is that the ancestors are all around them in the Mexican tradition of the Day of the Dead, often celebrated on November 1st. It is a time of commemoration, it is a time of celebration, and it is marked by festivals, it is marked by food, and it is marked by people sitting around a table and talking about those who have gone on. And again, this feeling that this communion of saints is in and through the festivities. And on that day, they make connections with those who have gone before and feel their very real presence. I was talking to a friend of mine, a deacon of the Catholic Church, and he was describing to me a ritual called prayers for the dead. And he was explaining to me in this theology that when someone dies, you can have a mass, and in this mass they call forth all the saints of the church, and they name every saint. And he said it's quite a process and quite a procedure. And they name all these saints, and but basically the theology behind it is that. Uh, your loved one who has passed away is prayed for on by the church, by the community of faith. The community of faith calls upon the saints in heaven, the saints, the church, the ancestors, if you will, and the prayer results in those saints coming forward and being a connective point between your loved one who has passed away and they welcome your loved one into heaven or eternal life. Isn't that amazing? As he described that service, as he described that um, idea, that theology, it was something quite beautiful that that in the pain of our loss, we can picture and we can pray that all those who have come before us can come and welcome the person into heaven. Today, I would have you reflect on who was it in the church that taught you about your faith? Who was it in the church that taught Sunday school? Do you remember their names? Do you remember the lessons that they shared with you? Do you remember a pastor who has since passed away? Did they teach you something about their faith? Did you like how they preached? Did you like how they counseled you? Did you like how they related their experience of the divine to you? Did you have someone in the church growing up or today that speaks to you of faith, that lifts you up when you're feeling down, that walks with you through the hard times? And just by being in the presence of this person, you feel better. You feel the comfort of God. You feel the comfort of mercy and understanding and empathy. In our tradition of the communion of saints, it is emphasized that we are connected to the past and that the past influences the present and influences the future. And I find comfort in this uh, idea that we are connected. We are connected to our family members who have gone before. We are connected to our friends. We are connected to those who showed us faith, so that it strengthens our present moments and it informs our future of who we are. So, on this communion of saints, this All Saints Sunday, um, let us remember those who have gone before us. Let us celebrate their life and their witness. And let us also celebrate a God that calls us home to be part of this heavenly host, this communion of saints. I pray that you have a wonderful week. I pray that you experience God in each moment of your life. I pray that you have moments where you can engage in mission or ministry to another person. I pray that you are able to tell your story to someone else and that you feel connected. Um, and I thank you again for listening to today's message. Thank you and have a wonderful week.